In this video, we're going to talk about one of the primary views that all users will be interacting with in WHIR, and that's the calendar or the scheduler. Every user, when they log in, should see under the home screen a My Calendar item in the left-hand navigation. And as its name suggests, this is your personal calendar. You can log appointments, interactions with users, private appointments, so on and so forth. As you add items into here, those will appear in the center calendar for everyone to see. There's a few features in here that are worth mentioning. First of all, we've got a drop-down list here that allows you to filter the view. So for counsellors and people that are booking in future appointments and sessions with clients, we can filter out any that have been cancelled, so we only see what is actually coming up. And by default, hide cancelled is what's set. By default, this view is set to the current day, but we can expand it out to look at the overall work week or even the month and other timelines and different intervals. If you want to look at specific dates, we can bring up a date picker and set a time range that we want to see and filter the view according to that. Now, to add new entries into our calendar, we can do this one of two ways. We can go to and add counselling sessions from the client file or from the floating action button and so forth. But from this view, we can choose a time slot. So say I want to add an appointment for 2 o'clock this afternoon. I can highlight that time, right click my mouse, click on new session, and then I can add details of our client. Add a location, so forth, just like we would with any of our appointments. Hit OK, and then we can see that our session has now appeared there. We can then maybe block out some time, so maybe I want to block out some time from 4 o'clock, so I can make a private appointment. Maybe I have a doctor's appointment. Now, because this is my personal view, I can see the details of this private appointment. But if we were to go over to the calendar view, this private appointment just appears as busy and other people can't see the details of that private appointment. You also notice from that right hand mouse click, there's various other items we can add. We can add meetings, where we can actually bring in other people in the center to join us in that meeting, and it'll appear on their calendars as well. We can also add workshop and community event time logs, and of course client interactions. The other way we can create it is we can click on the drop down here and click on new session or whatever it is that we're trying to create and fill it in that way. When we go across to the center calendar, we have a few extra options here because this is presenting for all people in the center. The most important feature really is the filter on the people it's showing. So the button just here in the top left of the calendar is a filter that allows us to control what people are being seen at the moment. So say we want to see a particular person or people, we can click on them, hit OK, and it will show just them in our view. Just like my calendar, I can change it to just today or the work week, and we can see everyone's time according to that. If I bring up my account, what we should see here is our private appointment that we created is busy there, so no one else can actually see it from this view. Just like my calendar, there are different filters here, so we can look at all other appointments that are in there and their status. And as you can see, the color of the items in the calendar do change based on the status, whether it's pending confirmation, if it's cancelled, or whatever it happens to be. The other aspect of the calendar view is sending reminders and confirmations for appointments. As its name suggests, when we send reminders, it'll send appointment reminders in advance of appointments, and the time in which it's sent is all configured in our settings by an administrator. Usually it's a week where clients will get an SMS reminder. The confirmations are very similar. Usually it's set up for 24 hours in advance, where they will get SMS confirmation message asking them to reply with yes or no. If they reply with no, it will automatically cancel the appointment. If they reply yes, it automatically updates it to confirmed. All of those text messages are logged against the client file, and counsellors that are assigned to those clients will be able to see those messages in their My Messages inbox, such that if a client turns around and replies with no and cancels the appointment, the counsellor can then follow up with some miscellaneous messaging to see what's going on. So that's your brief introduction of the calendar views and how to log time, sessions, interactions, all using the scheduler.